Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is about finding rares in Asheron's Call. So there's 6 different tiers of rares that players are able to find in Asheron's Call. These tiers are, the very first one starts with skill buff gems. These gems will buff certain skills and abilities of your characters, such as, weapon tinkering, armor tinkering, melee defense, missile defense, arcane lore, and stuff like that. Some of these are extremely valuable, as if you get an arcane lore one, you can use it and then equip the armor and you get the effects out of the armor that you might not have otherwise have been able to get with lower arcane lore. And then rank 2 ones, you got attributes, protection, such as you can get a coordination gem or all of your armor with a piercing protection gem. You can also get item buff gems, and as well as potions for the tier 2 rares. For tier 3, you got heal kits and casino chest keys. For tier 4, you have armor, shields, and jewelry. Tier 5 is eternal buff gems and die pots, as well as arrowheads. And then the 6th and final tier is weapons. So as you can imagine, as it goes up and up and up in tiers, it becomes significantly more rare to find any of the rares in those tiers. I've never found one over tier 3, although there's somebody on my server who has a tier 5 gem. I'm pretty sure it's for the elaborate field rations, so they can make pretty much an infinite amount of field rations. And that is, of course, obviously extremely, extremely useful. And as far as I know, the weapons that you get from this, from finding them as rares, are some of the best weapons your character will be able to use in the game. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, and obviously one of the main reasons you want to, go out there and specifically farm and look for rares and stuff like that. Now, rares work in a pretty unique way. Depending on how long it's been since your character has last found a rare will determine the drop rate for finding a rare. I'm pretty sure I read on the Wikipedia page that after 30 days, you have almost a 100% chance to find a rare within like your first 10 kills. And that's, of course, assuming you have killed a monster before. You can't start the countdown, or rather, you can't start the countdown for getting a better chance to finding a rare if you've never killed a monster before to even have a chance of finding one in the first place. Once you kill a monster, as the longer you go without finding a rare, the greater chance it is that you will find a rare in, the following days or the upcoming days, anything like that. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind when actually going out and hunting for rares, although, actually hunting for rares would be, and most definitely is, extremely ineffective. They're just going to come to you over time as you're doing other stuff. You're not going to be able to actually go out and specifically look for them. Even if you are specifically going out and looking for those rares, you might as well find something else to do while doing that. And in order to get rares to drop, in order to kill a rare eligible mob, the mob has to be above level 100 or be above your level. And there's one more stipulation that's not that big that slips my mind right now. But the tier 1 rares are fairly common and are commonly used for stuff like tinkering and like aforementioned earlier in the video, meeting the requirements on certain pieces of armor. It is very, very common to have people buying arcane lore crystals so they can pop it and then equip all their armor, and then they have all of the effects on their armor done pretty much. And then you also have like missile defense crystals, which people do the same thing for. They pop it, get the missile defense they need for their armor, and that's pretty much it. And then you also have tinkering crystals. Say somebody wants to do the last few tinkers on a weapon or piece of armor, and he has a few of them lined up, he can pop a tinker crystal and then just breeze through the tinkers at a much, much higher success rate. Tier 2 rares are much more uncommon, and it continues becoming more and more rare as you go up. Like I said, I found 2 tier 2 rares, but I've never found a tier 3, 4, 5, or 6. Now, you will definitely have to keep an eye out when it comes time to finding these. If you don't run decal, I don't think the game does anything special. Oh, yes, it does actually. It says in chat, character's name has found, and then it says the rare item that you found. So you want to keep an eye out in chat when you go to open bodies like that. If you use decal, there's pretty much every program that involves looting at all will make like a big loud noise go off, letting you know that you found a rare. So that's definitely something to keep in mind and remember and stuff like that. They're pretty easy to notice when you see them, especially once you learn what you're looking for. It's pretty much just a crystal, and that's really all there is to it. Now, the last thing that there is to say about rares is there's a rare exchanger at every casino, but primarily I'm looking at the one in Holtberg right now. You need to give him a rare gem and 2 MMDs, and he'll give you a different rare gem in exchange. So, or a Grand Casino key. That's definitely something you want to keep in mind and remember, because there's a lot of crappy rares out there. Like, say you get like dual wield mastery rare or something like that. You'll be able to turn it into him with a little bit of money, and have a chance of getting a good rare that can actually sell or you can actually use or something like that. So that's definitely worth keeping in mind, and that's pretty much all there is to about the rares. Of course they're uncommon, of course they're really, really hard to find, but you're definitely going to wind up finding quite a few in your journeys throughout Dareth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe to me for future Asheron's Call and gaming videos. I'll catch you guys around, and as always, good luck and happy hunting.